When it comes to attraction, one of the most overlooked yet profoundly impactful aspects is making a woman feel genuinely understood. Women, unlike men, often process emotions in a way that is deeply nuanced. They don't just want someone to listen to their words. They want someone to resonate with the feelings behind those words. When a man demonstrates that he truly understands her, he creates a powerful emotional connection that goes beyond surface-level charm or physical attraction. Understanding a woman begins with active listening. This means more than just nodding while she speaks or waiting for your turn to respond. It involves fully focusing on her, observing her expressions, noting the subtleties in her voice, and grasping the emotions she is trying to convey. When she realizes that you're attuned not just to her words but to her feelings, a deep sense of validation occurs. Validation is a critical psychological need. It reassures her that her experiences and emotions matter, which in turn fosters emotional closeness and attraction. Another important component of understanding is empathy. Empathy is not just feeling sorry for someone, it is stepping into her shoes, seeing the world from her perspective, and reflecting back that understanding. A simple acknowledgement like, "I can see why you felt that way," can have a profound impact, especially when delivered sincerely. Women are drawn to men who can hold space for their emotions without judgment, criticism, or unsolicited advice. It's the difference between solving a problem immediately and allowing her to feel heard and understood first. Beyond listening and empathy, understanding also involves remembering details and showing that you care about her internal world. If she shares something meaningful about her childhood, dreams, or even small daily experiences, referencing it later demonstrates attentiveness. This is not manipulation. It is a genuine signal that her inner life matters to you. Over time, these consistent acts of understanding create an invisible emotional thread that connects you to her deeply, often in ways that words alone cannot express. It's also essential to recognize the subtle signals women send when seeking understanding. Often, they may not articulate exactly what they need emotionally. A perceptive man notices micro-expressions, tone shifts, or small hints in conversation. By responding appropriately, whether through words, gestures, or emotional support, he communicates that he is in tune with her inner state. This can trigger feelings of safety, appreciation, and, importantly, attraction. Moreover, feeling understood taps into a woman's need for emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy is a precursor to deeper physical or romantic attraction. When she senses that you get her, she feels more comfortable expressing herself openly and vulnerably, which strengthens the bond. Unlike superficial charm or fleeting gestures, the impact of emotional understanding is enduring. It builds trust, creates attachment, and naturally draws her closer to you. Finally, the key is authenticity. Women are exceptionally sensitive to inauthenticity. Pretending to understand or faking empathy can have the opposite effect, breaking trust and pushing her away. Genuine understanding requires patience, mindfulness, and a willingness to engage with her emotional world sincerely. When this is achieved, the results are remarkable. She feels seen, heard, and valued on a level that few experiences provide. This is the foundation upon which attraction becomes deep, compelling, and, in many cases, irresistible. When it comes to attraction, one of the most powerful things a man can do is make a woman feel genuinely understood. This is not about saying the right words or acting charming. It's about connecting with her on a deep emotional level that resonates with her inner world. Women experience emotions in a way that is layered and nuanced, and they are naturally drawn to someone who can perceive and honor those layers. Making her feel understood starts with truly listening to her. Listening is far more than simply hearing the words she says. It is tuning into the emotions behind those words, noticing the subtleties in her tone, observing her body language, and grasping the meaning that might not even be explicitly stated. When a woman senses that you are fully present and engaged with her, it creates an immediate sense of emotional closeness. She feels validated, seen, and heard, and this validation is a cornerstone of attraction. It reassures her that her feelings are important and that she can be authentic without fear of dismissal or judgment. Active listening requires patience and a willingness to focus on her completely without the distraction of your own thoughts or plans to respond. It is about creating a space where her emotions are acknowledged and appreciated, not rushed or minimized. Empathy is the next crucial element in making her feel understood. Empathy goes beyond sympathy. It is the ability to step into her perspective and experience, at least in part, what she is feeling. This does not mean solving her problems immediately or offering advice unless she asks for it. Instead, it involves acknowledging her experience and reflecting it back in a way that shows genuine comprehension. Simple phrases like, "I see why you feel that way," or "It makes sense that you're upset," can have a profound impact when delivered sincerely because they communicate understanding and emotional alignment. Remembering the details she shares about her life is also an important way to show understanding. If she talks about her dreams, experiences, or even minor everyday events, recalling these details later demonstrates that you are attentive and value her thoughts. This is not a manipulative tactic, it is a sign of genuine interest in her inner world. Over time, these consistent gestures build an invisible emotional bond that strengthens her attraction to you naturally. Women often send subtle signals about their emotional needs that may not be verbally expressed. A perceptive man notices micro-expressions, changes in tone, or the emphasis she places on certain words. By responding appropriately, whether through words, gestures, or supportive actions, you communicate that you are attuned to her emotions. This creates a sense of safety, which is fundamental for emotional closeness and deeper attraction. Feeling understood also fosters emotional intimacy, which is essential for a meaningful connection. When a woman experiences understanding, she is more likely to open up, share her vulnerabilities, and express herself authentically. This level of intimacy cannot be forced or faked. It emerges naturally when she senses that her inner world is respected and valued. Authenticity is key in all of this because women are highly sensitive to insincerity. Pretending to understand or offering hollow affirmations will quickly undermine trust and repel her emotionally. Genuine understanding requires consistent attention, empathy, and an authentic desire to connect with her feelings. The emotional impact of being understood is profound. It triggers feelings of validation, trust, and attachment, all of which strengthen her emotional investment in the relationship. When a woman feels truly understood, she does not merely appreciate your presence. She experiences a deep sense of connection that is both comforting and intoxicating. This connection naturally heightens attraction, creating a bond that goes far beyond superficial charm or fleeting gestures. Understanding is not something that happens once. It is an ongoing process that requires mindfulness, patience, and sincere engagement. The more consistently you make her feel heard and validated, the more she will feel drawn to you emotionally, mentally, and even physically. In essence, making a woman feel understood is one of the most powerful ways to create lasting attraction. It is not about grand gestures, manipulative tactics, or clever lines. It is about genuine emotional connection. By showing that you are attentive, empathetic, and authentic, you trigger a cascade of positive emotions that make her feel valued, safe, and connected. When she experiences this, she becomes naturally invested in you, and her feelings for you deepen in a way that is both compelling and enduring. Creating a sense of safety and security is one of the most powerful ways to deepen a woman's emotional attachment and attraction. Women naturally seek stability in their relationships, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. When a woman feels safe with a man, she can be vulnerable, express her true self, and fully engage with the relationship without fear of judgment, ridicule, or rejection. Emotional safety is often more important than physical security because it allows her to lower her defenses and connect authentically. One of the most effective ways to provide this sense of security is through consistency. Consistency is not about grand gestures or constant attention. It is about showing up reliably, keeping promises, and being dependable in both words and actions. When a woman knows she can count on you to be there, to respect her feelings, and to act with integrity, she develops a sense of trust that forms the foundation for deep attraction. Another crucial aspect of making a woman feel safe is demonstrating emotional stability. Women are naturally sensitive to emotional fluctuations in the men around them. When a man reacts impulsively, angrily, or unpredictably, it creates tension and uncertainty, which diminishes her sense of security. By remaining calm, patient, and composed, especially in challenging situations, a man signals that he can handle stress and conflict without destabilizing the relationship. This emotional reliability communicates that she can relax in your presence and trust you to handle difficult moments responsibly. Physical safety is also part of this equation, although it often overlaps with emotional security. Actions that show protection, attentiveness, and awareness of her well-being reinforce the idea that she can depend on you. Small gestures, such as being punctual, respecting her boundaries, or offering reassurance when needed create an environment where she feels cared for and shielded from unnecessary stress or discomfort. Equally important is psychological safety. A woman needs to feel that she can express her thoughts, opinions, and emotions freely without fear of judgment, ridicule, or dismissal. When a man listens actively, validates her perspective, and avoids criticism or condescension, he nurtures a space where she feels respected and understood. This creates a powerful emotional bond because it allows her to be authentic and confident in the relationship. Trust plays a central role in fostering this sense of security. Trust is not built overnight. It is developed through repeated actions that demonstrate honesty, transparency, and reliability. When a woman experiences trust, she is more likely to open up, share vulnerabilities, and invest emotionally.